Tony Baratta here. This talk is the first in a series about what happens to our brains which float inside our bony skulls with trauma. Things like car accidents or falls, which are very common. This is called, and the talk that I'm going to have with you is about mechanism of injury. And specifically, we're going to talk about mechanism of injury to the brain when the head is hit either by a moving object, like maybe something falling from a shelf while you're shopping, or while the moving head hits a stationary object, like in a car accident. You know, folks, this is called a Contracoup injury. Let's take, for example, a passenger in a car moving at 40 miles an hour, which strikes a stop car in the rear. Let me show you what happens. This is called the Contracoup injury. The stationary object is the car that was struck. The passenger is still moving at 40 miles an hour, even though the car that this person is a passenger in has stopped. The person's head strikes the windshield. The brain, floating inside the skull, slams into the front of the hard, bony, protective skull, causing bruising to the front of the brain. What then happens is that the brain, still floating inside that bony skull, ricochets and strikes the back of the brain, causing bruising to the back of the brain. So the initial injury in this scenario is to the front of the brain, called the coup injury, and the ricochet of the brain floating in the skull is the Contracoup injury. Now, a coup and Contracoup injury occurs only with physical impact to the skull. There are other mechanisms of injury to the brain inside the skull that occur without a physical impact to the skull, and those mechanisms of injury occur with acceleration, deceleration, and rotational forces, and I will discuss those in future talks with you folks. My name is Tony Baratta, and I hope this has been helpful.